Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Michelle and today we are going to be going over my weekly spending from November 9th to November 15th, and then we are going to be doing a refresh and see what I have planned to spend for the upcoming week. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to screen share, but I'm not sure how it's going to work when I edit it. So just keep that in mind when you are watching this video. It's my first time doing this. So let me go ahead and get my screen record open. I thought I was prepared, but I was not. So I guess that doesn't matter because I can just put that up. Because what it's doing is it's recording my webcam on my computer, but I want to use my camera on my phone because I don't like how the web camera is on my laptop. So we'll have to see. Can I move this? Okay, maybe we'll put that there because I think I'm gonna have this side opened. Okay, now that we have that figured out, let's go ahead and get started. Start recording so you guys can check out my screen with me. The first one we have is debt. So I had put this on here last time, but not really fully thinking it out. When I do my spending, I'm a lot of time spending on my card to get rewards and then I pay off. And then so that was what my debt was put in there for last week, was I was paying money towards my card for my monthly spending. But then I realized, oh, I'm going to be double tracking my spending if I do that. So the debt was taken off. Moving forward, the only debt that I'm going to put on there is if it's going towards my 3 debts that I have currently. Not if I'm just paying off a monthly balance of spending I've already tracked. So it's not truly debt, if that makes sense. No need to worry about debt. We didn't have anything there. And then for eating out, my actual was $17.09 and I had 15 budgeted, so a little bit over there, but not too bad. Next, we have game night. I had budgeted $20. I play Bunko once a month in the winter time, and it's $20. Last night, I did win $5, so I included that down in my total income. Truly, this one's only 15, but I did actually spend the 20, and I just, again, added it to my income. Groceries, I budgeted $120. I have only spent $54.39. I will likely be spending more throughout the week. I just didn't get all of my shopping done. I'm happy with how I worked with my numbers this week for that. Household, I didn't have anything because I forgot that I needed one toilet paper, and I buy that in bulk from Costco because it lasts the longest from there and it's the best price. And then I had to get a shovel and salt because Sunday I recorded in the morning, but it started snowing like crazy and I had no idea. So I was like, oh my goodness, I need to get like a salt and a shovel. So that is where this 5301 comes, and I hadn't budgeted anything, but I should have budgeted at least $22 because I knew I needed toilet paper, but I wasn't thinking that when I created the budget. So silly me for that one. I had a couple of returns under kids. So I had $68.83 in returns, and then I spent $3.37 in rewards. I truly didn't spend anything here. Then personal, so I budgeted for my cell phone and gym because I knew those were coming out, and then I had to get a new wallet because I have been using like a card wallet, and then I can't really put cash in there, so I didn't like that. So I found like a $10 wallet from Target that I like, and so I'm like, maybe this will work. That's that. Savings, so the same thing with debt. My savings was going to go towards like savings challenges. If you've watched my channel before, you'll know that I've done like freebie Fridays and mini Mondays and just like scratch off challenges, and I stopped doing that this month, so I backtracked, and that actually went towards paying off my monthly card as well. I did save $10.60 in my SoFi savings, so I started doing where I'm automatically taking $5 from each check when I get paid weekly. So depending on the month, it's going to be anywhere from $20 to $25. That is going to be sent to my SoFi Savings. You see 1060 because I sent 5 and then I earned $5.60 in reward. So I actually need to add that here because $5.60 of it is not mine. I did earn that in rewards. And then I also forgot to track my subscriptions, and it was $32.66. So that was my Disney Plus, my Ring, my Aura Ring membership, and then my Apple storage. So this is all a little bit new that I'm doing, and like actually like thinking about how I need to display it is I'm gonna start seeing that as I start doing these. So when I was doing my budgeted versus actual this week, I said, oh, I'm like, no, that's not right. So I had to change that up. So that is why you see that. So I spent a total of $205.99. And this is not right here, is it? Yeah, no. So we want F. I was like, that's too small. Okay, so we have a total of $696.24 left over. That is great. That's just gonna get rolled over to like my next week's expenses that we are gonna go over next. So I think overall I had some unexpected expenses like the mini wallets and then the shovel and salt. And then other than that, everything else was planned. So I think this week went really well and I am happy with it. I just need to keep in line and keep pushing and trying to make, you know, the best decisions I can financially on a weekly basis so I can work towards paying off my debt and getting out of the debt that I'm in. Because if you watched my last video, I go over how much debt I'm in and it's not great. It's my situation, so I just have to make the best of it and not feel like all of the feelings that I'm feeling about it, because I can't change it. The only thing that I can do is move forward and, you know, make my best effort to get out of it and then to never get back in it, unless it is like a mortgage or a car. I feel like those are going to be my only exceptions moving forward. I don't ever want to have credit card debt or like personal loans or anything like that ever again. That is it for the weekly recap. Great strides. Happy with where I'm at. Let's go over my upcoming spend for this week. I have numbers here on the side because I don't want to keep bouncing back and forth through tabs. So I figured let me just write it down. Let's see. For debt, I do have an actual debt payment coming up. I have my SoFi, which is $631.38. Eating out, I'm gonna budget $20 this time since I know what I spent last week was $17. So I'm gonna just kind of round it up and see where it goes from there. Gas, I'm gonna do $70. I typically fill up about every 2 weeks and it's anywhere between $60 to $70. So I'm gonna just round up to the higher end, and that's what I have in my cash envelope right now. Groceries, I'm gonna do $120 again. Household, I only have one thing coming out for household. I need some soap, and that's gonna be coming on my Amazon Subscribe and Save this week. So I'm gonna put $8 here. Kids. So I think the only thing for kids is I have vitamins coming from them on my Subscribe and Save. So we have, let's just do 26. Personal, I have skincare coming. I needed some more cleanser and some serum, so that is going to be coming on my Subscribe and Save as well. That is excuse me, 34. Oh, I forgot I did here. 34 for skincare. Personal, let's see. I don't have anything for personal, so I'm gonna just delete this row because I don't have anything there. We did gas, we did household, we did the vitamins. Oh, so I do want to put, let me insert, I guess. So I do have savings. I'm going to put the $5 on there since I am putting $5 in there every week. That will be there. And then I do have, I forgot about I have car insurance. That is coming out and we'll budget $100 for that. And then utilities. Let me put this line back here because that will drive me crazy if it's not there. All right, so for utilities, we have water and trash at $95.12. Then we have internet at $46.05. And then we have NIPSCO at $106.22. So we're at $247.39. That's on the low end. My internet's always $46.05, but my water and trash is that's typical. And then the NIPSCO is on the low end because we're in the winter months, so I'm not using the AC and I don't use the heat that much. I haven't had to yet on a few days, but not that much. If you look at this right here, you'll see that I am negative. Let's do that. That's where this amount right here is going to come into play. So I have my rollover that is going to balance that out. So keep that in mind when you're looking at those numbers that, yes, it's negative, but I do have rollover. Let me know how you guys do this. So I have my health savings, right? So should I be putting that in should I be putting that on here? Should I be putting that I'm saving this into my health savings under like my savings? I always get like confused on where to put things sometimes because I'm like, does that make sense or should it be going somewhere else? So let's actually let's include that on my income here, and then we're gonna put it here since it is savings and it does come out of my check. So we'll put that there and see how that goes because I do that every week as well. So to me, I guess that is like the same thing as putting it into having that $5 transferred every week into my savings. So why wouldn't I include it? So work in progress. We're going to figure it out and figure out what works best. I think this week looks good. I'm going to try to really be good again with the groceries. I don't need much. I really liked little tracker and just kind of, keeping tabs on like what I'm spending. Even though I'm tracking it in here, I don't see what I'm spending until like the end of the month. So I use this tracker and I use the highlighter method to track my expenses, and then I put it at the end of the month. I put it in my yearly category spending. So I can kind of see at a glance what I'm spending each month in each category. So I'll still always be doing that. This is kind of just going to help me better stay in line in the budget. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you guys on my next one. Next video that I will be doing is like weekly recap and then weekly refresh. Then the week after that, I will be doing my month closeout and monthly refresh. That'll be nice to see how I did for the month and then what next month looks like. And then I'm also have a new spreadsheet. A fellow budgeter friend had showed me, Brianna from BL Budgeting. She had done a video on a spreadsheet that she is using from the weekly crew, and I absolutely loved it. And I said, I need that. So I can't wait to start using that. I have it set up and getting ready for December. So I'll go over that with you guys at the end of the month in that video. So yeah, thank you guys again for joining me, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.